Start your week on the right foot with our executive breakfast market briefing. Every Monday morning, we invite you to join us for an insightful session that combines valuable market knowledge with highlighting opportunities in the equities and fixed income markets. Stay ahead of the curve as we discuss key market trends, analyze the latest news, and provide you with actionable strategies to ensure you make timely and informed decisions and also have a profitable week. With a lineup of expert speakers and real-time insights, join us as we help you navigate the complexities of the market, giving you the confidence you need to make informed decisions. Whether you're a seasoned investor or you're new to the market, our sessions are designed to cater to all levels of expertise. Don't miss out. Join us every Monday from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. via the Zoom channel to boost your financial acumen. Let's make this week profitable together. We can't wait to see you there.
Want to grow your wealth and don't know where to begin? At Lead Asset Management, we're dedicated to helping you cultivate a robust investment strategy that aligns with your goals, anytime and anywhere. What do we offer? LFIF comprises of high-quality fixed income and money market instruments, providing stability and growth, with dividends paid biannually. LBF, a diversified portfolio combining equities and fixed income, balancing risk and return, with annual dividends. Lead Gazelle Portfolio operates on fixed terms, ensuring safety and competitive rates, with interest rollover options. LDF invests primarily in dollar-denominated assets to mitigate currency risk, offering biannual dividends. Watch your investments grow exponentially. Capital Preservation protects initial investments through diversified portfolios and fixed income strategies. Growth potential, opportunities for significant returns, especially with long-term holdings. Regular income, dividends provided biannually or annually, offering consistent cash flow. Flexibility, minimum holding periods allow for easy access to funds. Diverse options, various products to suit different risk appetites and investment goals. International exposure, access to Eurobonds for broader investment opportunities. What our clients say. Sounds exciting? Lead Asset Management, reach out to us to get started.
Hey son, Cain believed it's Lent again. Time for fasting and reflection.
I know, right? It's a great opportunity to save some money by not spending on food and outings.
Exactly. And you know what? All that money saved that we put to good use.
Oh, how so?
Well, we can invest in the Nigerian exchange markets.
That sounds interesting.
I mean, last year, the equities performed exceptionally well, with the all-share index recording a gain of 37.65% increase, and all major indices, the NGX top 30 indices, banking, oil and gas, consumer goods, industrial, all of them recorded major gains across.
Wow, that's impressive. So by saving during Lent, we can actually grow our money.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation. Fasting for spiritual growth and investing for financial growth.
But how do I know the best stocks to invest in?
At Lead Securities and Investment Limited, we're equipped with top-tier financial analysts, a proven track record, and vast knowledge of the equities market to provide a depth market analysis and top stock recommendations for you to choose.
I'm definitely going to start investing in stocks this period.
Join the bandwagon now, and let's make the most out of this Lent. This Lent, let's not just reflect spiritually, but also take practical steps towards our financial future. Remember, every small sacrifice can lead to significant growth, both in faith and finances. Happy Lent, and may your investments flourish.
Good morning, esteemed listeners and investors. I want to welcome you once again to our Monday morning breakfast session. We cannot appreciate you enough for your continued audience. I am Akinyemi Omotayo, and joining me this morning is my colleague, Mr. Taufik Akolade. I will be taking you through the happenings in the fixed income space as well as the equity space. Without further ado, let's delve right into it. Looking at the money and treasury bills markets for the week in question, we observed open repo rates and overnight rates closed the week at 3.2% and 32.90% respectively, as we see system liquidity further remain pressured on the back of the Nigerian treasury bills primary market auction settlement. For the treasury bills market, we see traded the week on a quiet note with a bearish undertone, with some sell-offs witnessed to raise liquidity. Consequently, average yields advanced by 11 basis points to close the week at 19.28%. And at the last Nigerian Treasury Bills auction, the CBN offered 800 billion worth of NTB, which was oversubscribed by 717 billion, consequently allotting 503 billion. Observing the table below, we observe stock rates remained flat on the 91 days bills, while rates advanced by 71 basis points and 115 basis points on the 82 days and 364 days, respectively. Taking a quick look at the bond market, the bond market closed the week on a bearish note, and on a tenor basis, we observed yields across the short end of the curve declined by 11 basis points week on week and 21 basis points at the mid to long end of the curve. Traded maturities for the week were the 2026, the 2028, 2029, 2033, 2034, and 2035, as well as the 2040 maturities. On an average, yields across the benchmark of the bond advanced by 17 basis points to close the week at 18.68%. A quick look at the foreign exchange market, we saw a change of negative 1.30% in the naira, closing the week at 1,536 naira 89 kobo as compared to previous week, which closed at 1,517 naira 24 kobo. The outlook for this week, we see funding rates are expected to ease the week on the back of expected inflows to the federal bond FGN bond maturity, despite the expected outflow for the FGN bond and primary market auction settlement from the system. The treasury bills market as well is expected to trade on a bullish note as we anticipate renewed buy interest from investors. The bond secondary market is also expected to trade quietly ahead of this week's primary market auction, but ultimately on a bullish note on the back of March 2023 maturity. That being said, we cannot overemphasize the need to take position in the fixed income market space, because this market can be assessed using a wide array of products ranging from a lead fixed income fund, which focuses primarily on capital preservation and growth. The lead fixed income fund comes with a low risk profile, and dividends on the fund are paid twice a year. It has a lockdown period of 90 days, and it is worthy to note that unit holders of this product have experienced over 100% growth in their investment since inception of the product. Clients that intend to balance out their investments, we advise you subscribe to our lead balance fund, as this fund invests 50% in high quality stocks and 50% in money market fixed income instruments. And because of the equities components embedded in the fund, the risk profile is medium and dividends are distributed annually, giving the client options of reinvestment or collection. With a lockdown period of 90 days, clients have easy entry and exit to their fund. For our potential clients and investors with the intention to place their funds for a specific duration of time at a fixed rate, we encourage you to subscribe to our lead Gazelle portfolio with tenors ranging from 90 to 365 days and offering competitive rates that exceed your standard commercial bank deposit rates. For our investors that have the intention to hedge against our depreciating naira, we implore you to sign up to our Eurobond trading platform. This platform provides our clients access to invest directly in US dollar debt instruments and earning your returns in the same dollar in form of coupons, which are being paid biannually. It is worthy to note as well that the minimum investment threshold to subscribe to Eurobonds is $200,000. For investors who may not be able to meet up to the $200 threshold, we are excited to offer you our lead dollar fund, as this product has the minimum subscription fee of $1,000. With a minimum holding period of 180 days, dividends on this product are paid biannually whilst maintaining a very low risk profile. That being said, let me hand you over to our in-house journalist to give you a brief insight in the happenings in the equity space. Mr. Taufik Akolade, over to you.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Kinyemi. Thank you for the insight into the fixed income market. And then value clients, good morning once again. It's a beautiful day. This is the last trading day for the month of March. There are several opportunities. Of course, we're going to discuss that with you in our course of the presentation. Let's go. Let's just the essence of this webinar or the breakfast section is for us to be able to create value for all our value customers, because a lot of things is happening, and it is important from time to time we chat with you, we interact with you, and give you updates about happening so that you can be properly guided as to what is happening to investment. We will continue to make use of these key deadlines, and then we are taking a review of the market. I think we've discussed about the update on the full year performance. We haven't actually gotten any results. When a serious anticipation that in the next 1 or 2 weeks we should be getting corporate actions from the big banks, which we believe will also serve as the drivers to the equities market. A lot is happening. We also continue to emphasize on the dividend expectation, because this is an opportunity to invest. The corporate actions, the stock recommendation, the expectation and the outlook for the week. And then lastly, we're also going to take a cue from the Warren Buffett investment principles for us to be able to know the best way to also navigate equities market at a time like this. So in the course of last week, we observed that the NGX equities market also took another hit, because for the 5 trading days, it was only on Friday we saw a little uptick in the AS side. Monday, market lost about almost 19 basis points. Tuesday, 40 basis points. So Wednesday, 44 basis points. And then the appreciation was lesser on Thursday, 5 basis points. But on Friday, it turned out to be positive. So there are several factors that have also responded to that. And in our previous presentation, we had also said that the depreciation or decline we are witnessing in the equities market, that's Nigerian NGX market, is only peculiar. And we've seen what is also happening in the global equities market, and the global equities market is now witnessing some recovery. Several factors also responsible for that. We've seen geopolitical tension, and then we have also seen trade war between America, Canada, and a few other countries. But I believe that will also present opportunities for valued investors and those who understand the market, and those also listening to their financial advisors. So we've seen some recovery in the S&P and a few other major indices we are also using to adjust the global performance. So for Nigeria, we also expect similar things to also play out this week, because we've seen some stock. They have also gone below 30% in terms of the prices, presenting new opportunity. So this graph is just to showcase that when markets continue to depreciate, that does not mean that the equities market is fragile, or there's cause, or maybe probably anticipating recession. It is written in other countries, and then we've also seen it. And to also let us know that the key variables that drive the equities market are the key catalysts. We've seen some positive trend in the key macroeconomic variables that we believe will also serve as a catalyst to the equities market. We've seen moderation in inflation. For the month of February, we've seen the interest rates coming down, and we're also expecting in the next APC meeting, they're also likely to bring the interest rates down. And the interest rate and the equities market, they are negatively related. So when that happens, it's a win-win situation for the equities market. So what we are seeing currently in the equities market is just a temporary depreciation. It's going to market is likely to witness recovery very soon, as soon as we are seeing corporate actions. And then the first quarter result will also start coming out by the month of by February, by April and May. We've seen that the earnings of the companies, the tickers in our equities market, are also very strong, and that is to tell us that in our investment in the equities market is also safe. But we haven't lost money if we have not sold. So let's believe that the fundamental around some of those key companies are still very strong. Looking at it from the perspective of various macroeconomic variables that will guide our investment decision making. So If you also see the trade volume, financial service firm industry will continue to dominate the equities market. A lot is happening in financial industry. We've seen results coming out from the industrial, for the insurance company, even the banks too, looking at their Q4 results and then unaudited results for the 2024. They are doing very well. And that's what is really driving a buy interest across some of those sectors. People are taking position, even though the market we've seen moderation in the prices and ASI, but it's presenting opportunity for those investors that are waiting to take a bite in some of these tickers, especially the financial service firm. So 82% by financial service. We saw service industry also moving up. We also saw orders and the consumer. We also seen we continue to witness that in the market. But the truth is that the financial service firm, because they are bringing out good results, because they are benefiting from some government policy, that is why they will continue to dominate the market for now. By the time interest is coming down to the minimum level, companies under industrial and a consumer, they also benefit that because the financial cost is also going to reduce. It's important we emphasize this so that people will be looking at this. That why is it that almost all the time financial service firm is the one dominating the equities market? Other companies will also benefit as we have results for other quarters are also coming out, and some of those key variables are now reflecting in the performance of some of those tickers. In the course of last week, we also noticed that the ASI lost 0.94% week on week. It has also gone down. Our year-to-date return that used to be 3.5% has also gone down to 1.98%. So that is expected. Market is witnessing some correction. I've painted scenarios that also took place across the globe, and those S&P 500 Financial Times of Stock Exchange is also recovering. So that will also happen to Nigerian equities market. ASI is also going to witness some recovery. So in the course of last week, the trade turnover of a 2.90 billion shares worth 48 billion took place. When you compare that to what happened the previous week, it was 3.2 billion for the previous week, and then the value is 3.5 billion. It was lower in terms of volume by the 11%, while in terms of value by almost 3.5%. The financial service firm will continue to dominate. And we also saw service industry also coming up. We saw consumer also coming up. We saw some new buy interest and some fundamentally sound tickers under the consumer. The likes of NASCON PLC that declared 2 naira. We have also seen another Nigerian flour mill is also going up. Flour mill has been delisted from the stock exchange, but the result posted by that company is also very attractive and is serving as a juice to the market. So that's why you are seeing renewed buy interest. So, but in terms of the companies that really witness huge volume trading, we could trace that to the Sovereign Trust Insurance, Jaiz Bank, and Fidelity Bank, and they also accounted for 51.59% of the volume and then 10.54% in terms of the value to the equities market. At the close of last week, ASI lost 0.94%, and it closed 104,962.96 basis points. Market capitalization also depreciated by 0.8%, now closing at 65.82 trillion naira. And last week, where we said that the market also took a hit on the ASI, it was all the major indices in the market. It was only NGX Consumer that also only closed positive by 0.06%. Banking, we saw a lot of sell-off, a lot of profit taking in banking. That does not mean the fundamentals are not sound. People will sell and people will buy. In NGX Insurance as well, industrial, oil and gas, they all closed negative. It was only on Friday when market got improvement of 10 basis points. That could not really turn around activities around the ASI. So the bull was nowhere to be found in the market for the entire last week. It was only the bear that was operating. But we believe this week there's a room for the bull to operate sufficiently in the market. And then because we are also getting close to the time when corporate actions of the plan start coming out and hit the market, and you see a lot of buy interest across the banking tickers because the fundamentals around companies under that index are also very strong, and people will continue to take advantage of that to increase their portfolio investment level. The Lead Capital analyzed the dividend expectation for the week. We are still presenting this because as we are moving close to the period of dividend declaration, we'll begin to see increment or improvement in analyzed dividend yields. For the Access Bank, price has come down to 22.10 to 22.10 kobo. It's a stock that used to trade there. This stock has, at a point in time, got to 27, 28 naira. When you look at the 56 high,
So with the current trend, current market price of 22 naira 10 kobo, the analyzed dividend yield has also gone to 47.39%. So there's not any instrument that can give you that in the market. That's almost a 50% return. ETB has also gone down to 58 naira. Analyzed dividends has also increased to 38.66%. UBA 27.17%, Stanbic 28%, Zenith Bank 49.34%, AICO and the likes and others 23.73%, Custodian 35.89%, Master Insurance 55.56%, NEM Insurance 29.63%, Dangote Cement 31.25%, Okomu, Presco, Arade, and the Total Oil. When you look at these analyzed dividends, I don't think there's anyone that is less than 15%. So it's important we note that we also take position based on the analyzed dividend yields. It's also very important. And we have also made some projections about what they are also going to declare in line with their audited account for the unaudited account we have seen for the 2024, and then the Q9-month result we have also seen across all these banks, all these companies. So we also encourage investors. This is the time you need to bring out your cash and start taking position. Tomorrow might be too late. You have to continue to invest so that you can also reduce your weighted average cost of holding before prices also move up, because we have done a thorough analysis by looking at the valuation around these stickers. That's why from time to time we continue to hold enough and advise you to take advantage of the current market price. A good investor will continue to invest when you see opportunity that prices are coming down. So the 1 to 14 for the analyzed dividends, they are good to go, and we encourage all lead capital investors to take advantage of the current market price before corporate actions begins to hit the market, and then we see uptick in the prices of these stickers. So this is the time you need to invest. We have also showcased the corporate action for major some of the ones they have released to the markets, because they are not under CBN supervision. They all have their own peculiar regulatory body. That's why their results came out on time. So you can also look at it. Some of the companies' qualification they are still open. The likes of African Prudential. Okay, African Prudential, I think it was marked on Friday. But the Transcorp, Lafarge, NASCON, LRPS, Dangote Cement, Pua Cement, Mikio, and Seplat and NGS. You are still, and the Seplat, you are still open to benefit from the corporate action if you are taking advantage. And we have also stated their registrar in case you want to recover your dividends. So let's also look at this and see some of those that also form part of our recommendation to take advantage before we see uptick in the prices, because over time, you always see people also taking more interest. Those who want to invest in other tickers because they want to diversify their investment. So you are likely to see prices moving up because valuations before all these companies that are under track record. For our lead capital recommendation, we'll continue to bring out recommendations from the tickers. We have done thorough analysis. We have over 160 companies listed in the market. For lead capital, we have been able to do an analysis on 49 good stock, which cut across all the major indices in the market: the banking, the insurance, oil and gas, consumer, and the industrial. And then from these 49 companies we cover currently, others are under review. We have also placed 33 companies under buy. And then we have also placed 14 companies under wood. And then for this week, we are recommending two stock, Eternal Oil and the Gerigu for sale, because they are trading about their valuation. So we've sent out this recommendation this morning. You can look at it. If there's anyone you think needed clarification, and we need to put more light and shed more light so that you can understand the reason why I'm investing, of course, we'll show that. So 1 to 30, they form our buy recommendation: the banks, the insurance, the bank insurance, the bureaus, and others. Why odd? We have 31 to 36, and then the other one 37, and then 38. So look at it and get across to us. So, and then our expectations for the week, where we are expecting some result to hit the market, the big banks, and we believe it will serve as the driver to the market. So we're expecting that. This week marks the end of the first quarter of the year. Therefore, we expect reasonable to be announced some results. We also anticipate a rebound when results are released to the market. The market is going to witness a renewed buy interest that we have experienced in the sell-off, particularly in the banking sector. Meanwhile, the recent price decline in some tickers present an opportunity and compelling entry opportunity for all our value customers. As I've said in one of the slides, take advantage of the stand tickers and invest. And then we also believe that the bearish sentiment
will not continue to linger. The power momentum is likely to outweigh the sell pressure, supporting all AA side and a close on a positive note. Our expectations for this week is that we believe strongly that the equities market is going to close on a positive note because prices have dropped significantly and people will use that as an opportunity to increase their stake. So lastly, at a time like this, I want to advise all our customers that we should be able to take a cue and some principles from the greatest investor in the world. That's Warren Buffett. He said, stay calm and avoid panic selling. This is not the time to do panic selling because market is going down. It cannot continue for long. He said, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are also fearful. At a time like this is the time you need to bring out your cash and you start investing. There is no cause for alarm. The market is stable. We've seen some variables, macroeconomic variables. And then thirdly, he said, focus on business fundamentals. Lead Capital will continue to use the fundamentals to guide investing principle of all our customers based on the companies we cover. And then do not also time the market. Don't wait until tomorrow that the market is going to the Fed is going to continue for the next 2 weeks. It can rebound today. So if you have a cash, you can also bring it in. And they said, keep some cash for opportunity. At a time like this is a time you need to bring out your cash. That's why Lead Capital also advised that you can also take advantage in some other investment that we have with us, the Lead Fixed Income Fund. If you have seen significant growth in some of those instruments, you can also liquidate some and bring it to the equities market to increase your portfolio. So let's stick to this action at a time like this. There's no need for panic selling. The earnings of the companies are very, very strong, and that should be things and factors that should be guiding our investment principle. So let's look at this and use this as a principle to guide our investments by taking position in the market and then take advantage of current market price in the market. So with this, we have come to the end of this section. It's a time to entertain a question and so that we can also respond appropriately. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, once again. Okay, good morning. Why are almost all the stocks in your recommendations? Okay, I think that if you look at our recommendation, they cut across all the major indices. So the bank, we have the banks, we have the insurance, we have the telecom. Some are placed on buy, some are placed on hold. But the key thing is that all our recommendations, they are based on hard facts. Good morning. I see Mutual Benefit Assurance trading last week. Yes, the company has been able to fulfill their obligation with the regulator, the NGS. And then as at last week, they've submitted their audited account for 2023. So, and then they are also planning to also submit their outstanding audited account for 2024. So for now, Lead Capital places it on hold. We haven't seen the recent result from that company. So 2023 result is not sufficient enough to guide our fundamental analysis. So when we see the audited account for 2024, we'll give our appropriate advice. If we check our recommendation, place it on hold for this week. How can I invest in NGS commodity index and what is the minimum amount? The NGS commodity was newly introduced by the NGS into the market, and then essentially is an equity-based index, essentially to capture performance of some tickers under energy, agriculture, and the mining. Now, 6 companies under the NGS commodity. We have the Seplat, we have the Presco, we have Okumu, we have Multiverse. I think we also have we have the Transcorp Power, we have the Regu. So if you want to invest in that company, it's like investing in 6 of the companies that are recommended under our recommendation. All these companies under NGS commodity, they also form part of the capital recommendation. We all have it in our recommendation. You can invest. You can invest any amount as long as you are customers of Lead Capital. So we have an CSS account. You can pay money. You can trade online. You can send money to us. Because how long is it will continue to? It's temporary because the fundamentals are also very sound. I've said it that we've seen recovery from the global equity space. So Nigerian equities market will also witness that. The trend cannot continue. We've seen cases where we see a bull taking over the market for 8 weeks, 9 weeks. This is also happening. The peer is also operating in the market, but it will soon move out of the market and the bull will come to the market. Okay. Somebody said, good morning. Please, what is your opinion on minority takeover of the remaining shareholder of Guinness? Well, currently, it's the tolerant group, they are trying as much as possible to mop up required shares so that they have a full control of the Guinness. For now, Guinness is still part of our buy recommendation for this week, so we are not advising any claim to also fill the form for the mandatory takeover because our valuation for the Guinness is more than the price they are offering. So with that regards, we don't encourage them to tender their stock. Wait and let's see what is going to happen because the valuation is above the price they are offering. So thank you. Okay. How do I? Okay, somebody said, will you advise the client to invest in MTN? And for this week, MTN is still under our own recommendation. Point in time, we place MTN on buy and people took position. We must constantly and continuously do an analysis across the seekers and give the appropriate advice whether to buy. When we have also seen the result for the Q1, that will also guide our analysis, and they will be able to tell you whether to buy or to sell. But for now, MTN is under good recommendation for this week. Is Oando a good buy for now? In our recommendation for this week as well, Oando is also placing on hold. We are not recommending Oando for buy. We are also expecting to see we've seen their result for 2024. We're also expecting to see their Q1. That will also give us an idea what is the future prospect of that company. My intention to invest is hampered by the trust in your agency, given by my recent experience. How can you assure me of your agency practice? Sir, we don't know the agency you'll be interacting, but the truth is that our customer service line are open for mails, and then we have various RM. So what we're going to do, we are going to take your number, and after this section, we are going to reach out to you so that we can have one-on-one discussion. So for Lead Capital, it's one of the first financial services, and we've been in the business for a very long time. I will continue to appreciate the investors that trust our service provision, and we assure you that if you do business with us, you will not regret it. We'll give you a much service. So after this meeting, somebody is going to get across to you. Thank you, sir. When is Airtel IPO likely to come out? No news yet with that respect. If it's out, we're going to do a blast. So when is Airtel IPO? I think we've answered that. So do we have people that wants to, okay, please can you enable or mute one or two people? Let's listen to them. Let's hear from them. Okay, in the absence of further questions, so we'd like to use this opportunity to thank all our value customers. We express our gratitude. We are excited that you also participated from your limited time to join this morning briefings. So we thank you once again. We are proud to be associated with you, doing business with you. So we say goodbye for now. Do enjoy the rest of the week. Good morning, everybody, once again. Bye-bye.